Betrayed in the Wild, written by Ryan Cuddy. Chapter 1.
Leave the talking to me, Owen. I don't want you to say anything that could set these guys off. Actually, just stay in the plane.
Terry said as the landing gear of his small passenger plane touched down on a remote Alaskan tarmac. The aircraft taxied around the runway until its lights illuminated a metal hangar, the only structure in sight. It crawled through the large open door, and the plane's engines groaned to a halt. Before Terry opened his door, a black SUV pulled in behind. 3 men exited the vehicle and sealed the hangar door, isolating them from the outside world. The headlights momentarily blinded Terry as he fumbled for the door handle. He finally grasped the frigid metal lever and opened the door. Shielding his eyes with his hand, he made his way toward the rear of the plane. Once there, he found one of the men from the vehicle struggling with the plane's back hatch.
I got it.
Terry nudged the man out of the way.
You have to pull up and then right at the same time to open it,
he explained, swinging the door open with a loud creak that echoed throughout the hangar.
Needs WD-40,
he added, trying to elicit a reaction from the man. The man didn't acknowledge him as he retrieved a bulging cardboard box from the plane and disappeared into the shadows behind the vehicle. Another man approached, and Terry assumed he was the driver. He wore a black leather jacket, dark denim jeans, and a pair of cowboy boots that had never seen a saddle, let alone a prairie. Terry's eyes focused on the black duffel bag in the man's hand just as he placed it down beside him.
Is this all of it?
Terry inquired.
Every dollar,
confirmed the driver. Terry unzipped the bag, revealing stacks of cash, and said,
You don't mind if I take a look, do you?
The man remained silent. Instead, he glared deep into Terry's eyes.
You know what? It looks like everything's here,
Terry said, changing his mind and zipping the bag back up.
Mind if I double-check?
Asked Owen, appearing from the shadows.
I do mind, it's there,
Terry snapped, wrestling the bag into the plane's cargo hold. The driver nodded before he walked back to his vehicle. Meanwhile, the other 2 men rolled open the large metal hangar door. They all loaded up into their vehicle before it backed up and drove away, vanishing into a cloak of darkness. The 2 pilots stood watching until the vehicle was no longer visible. Terry retrieved a small flashlight from his jacket pocket and turned it on. He shined it at his plane before gesturing for Owen to close the back hatch while he boarded the weathered plane.
What did I tell you about talking?
Terry scolded when Owen entered the cockpit. Owen set his jaw but lowered his eyes and said,
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
It better not,
Terry muttered as he ignited the plane's engine. It groaned and moaned and grinded before finally turning over. He gently patted the old bird, then eased the throttle forward and maneuvered it out of the hangar.